Good morning, friends. Come spend a morning with me. I had stopped by a local farm stand just off the road, and I had picked up some cucumbers and garlic and some watermelon. Well, before these cucumbers go bad, I really need to get them into something. It was quite warm today, and I'm not in the mood to get a brine going on the stove, which would add heat to my home. So instead, I have a little trick that I like to do, and those are cucumelons. I'm going to go ahead and get these sliced up. I have this potato peeler. I'm not sure what it's really called, but it gives the cucumbers a slight funky look, which is kind of cool. I am just simply going to add these to the rest of my pickle brine that I had bought from the store because I really like this flavor. It has a nice little touch of heat. I'm going to alternate between my cucumbers and my cucumelons. And then I thought, let's add some red onion that had already had peeled and setting aside instead of letting it go bad. This was the perfect pair. Let me know if you guys also reuse the brine from the pickles that you buy from the store. I think it's a waste of money if we throw it out as soon as the pickles are gone because the brine itself is still good. Now I'm going to go ahead and chop up some of that garlic that I had also purchased from the farm stand, and we're going to get that added in. I am adding it in layers, and later on I'll just go ahead and give it a stir. Now I'm going to go ahead and let this sit in my refrigerator for about a week before we go ahead and start eating it. Now that looks delicious. Now here I'm playing with some new editing tools. Let me know before you get to the end of this clip if you think all these cucumelons make it into the jar. And man down. That's okay. We got him put back in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some strawberries washed and cut up because we all know when you buy strawberries from the store, they go bad so quickly, especially if you don't rinse them and put them into a container. I mean, even then, I've had strawberries go bad so quickly. So here I'm just adding some baking soda, and I'm going to let these sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. For those of you who may not know, the reason I add the baking soda, in my opinion, is to draw out any bugs and to help get rid of the dirt. It's a step above just washing with water. Now, unless the strawberry is bad, soaking them for that long in some water is not going to make them mushy. Now we're just going to go ahead and get all that baking soda rinsed off. And I'm just going to go ahead and get these quartered. I do plan on making a rhubarb strawberry pie, and hopefully if I have enough, I will also be making some strawberry rhubarb jam. Now here's all the tops. Let me know if you guys also use the tops. Here I am just going to make a simple syrup, which is equal parts sugar to water. Now you don't have to add as much sugar if you don't want it near as sweet. And I'm just going to put this on the stove and then let it get heated up so the sugar can melt. Then I'm going to get this blended up. I want to have those green leaves as pulverized as possible. Now I am still going to go ahead and get this strained, and you'll see why here in a minute. You want to go ahead and get yourself a spoon to help push that liquid through. That's why I strain it. I do not want all that in my simple syrup. Now before we fill these jars, we are going to make a massive mess, but that's okay. It's all cleanable. I'm just glad it didn't go the other way. And we're going to get this into a fridge and let it get nice and cold, and then I will show you what I'm going to do with mine. I just have some water and some ice, and I'm using a Dole flavor packet of strawberry lemonade. I am going to add some extra lemon because I like mine more on the tart side. Now here's my simple syrup, and this does really add a nice kick of strawberry to your water. Now you could really add this simple syrup to anything that your mind can think of, to drinks, to dishes, to savory, to sweets. But now we are headed outside. I have got to get some of these tomatoes picked before the heat of the day. And I found this pretty little cucumber flower. Isn't she gorgeous? I love the yellow. And I have my husband out here helping. He doesn't mind. He enjoys the garden. And besides, let's face it, ladies, I feed him as we pick. I am just attempting to train my cucumber plant to climb this trellis, so I'm going to go ahead and get this fed through, and then I'll allow her to do her thing. This is the first year that I've ever grown a cucumber on a trellis before, and I'd have to say that this is the only cucumber plant so far, cross our fingers, that has not died. I've not gotten any cucumbers yet, but I feel that they're coming in my favor. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get a couple of the tendrils wrapped around the panel a few times so it knows which way I would like for it to go. Now we are going to go back on to the tomato picking. I have quite a few of the cherry tomatoes ready, and these are quite big. I wish I had wrote down what type of tomato they were. I am the worst person in the world for labeling anything. I think of it, but then I don't execute that. So that's on me, and I apologize. But these things are so sweet. It's going to be kind of hard to get anything canned up if we continue to eat these as we pick. Now this year I would like to make some sun-dried tomatoes and pack them in some olive oil. Now here, I'm not sure what ate that tomato, but it's a goner. My husband found a nice big one. He was so proud of himself. I told him to put it in a basket because if I left it to him, he would have eaten it. We're going to go ahead and move on. I did see some bell peppers that were ready. Only 2, and that's okay. I do have a few babies growing. Cucumbers and bell peppers are just not my strengths in growing. Maybe y'all can give me some tips on what to do. And again, remember, like I said previously, I don't fare well with labeling anything. So if anybody knows what this is, leave me a comment. Here I seen some cayenne peppers ready, so there's 2 of those and nothing else is. I mean, I could have picked some jalapenos, but I want to see if they'll get just a little bit bigger. And here, the tomato plant had fell over in its cage, so the sunflower that the birds had planted is done. So I clipped the top part, and I'm going to use the stalk that's still in the ground as a tie-off point to hold up that tomato cage. I have an infestation of squash bugs on my pumpkin plants, so we're going to go ahead and get those ripped out. The pumpkins that aren't quite ripe will continue to ripen off the vine. I'll just put them in the sun. But this is going to do it for me in this video, and I have a little clip of how I spent the end of my morning into the afternoon. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all in those comments. Bye. Hi! Happy birthday, baby.
Did you guys see there's bike out there?
How old are you today?
I'm getting 3.
You're 3?
Yeah, last year.
What Nana bring you? And Nana and Papa bring you chair?